Hi, this is Dr. Janson, and I want to talk to you today about power walking. I had several patients in the last week or two that I have to try to convince them to change from running to power walking. Some of them knew what it was, but one patient didn't know at all what power walking was. And the reason why I'm converting them is because they're injuring themselves. And they injured themselves too many times, and then now I'm just telling them they have to really switch this to power walking. They're very unhappy about it. You know, the runner patients have been running for years, and they love to run. But they're, for different reasons, they're getting heavier. They're too tall, really, for running. Their BMI, which is the weight to height ratio, is too high. Or they've just hurt themselves so many times from running. And these patients are usually over 40, 45, you know, kind of like an older runner. Or like I said, they're just getting a little bit too heavy for running. So I'm trying to convince them to switch to power walking, even though they're so unhappy. So I'm making this video to help them, to convince them how good power walking is. And also, one patient said, like, what is power walking? They don't even know what it is. And I know that other patients don't know what it is, and I really like power walking. So I want to teach you today the benefits of power walking, and then I'm going to show you some different techniques of power walking, and then we'll go outside and I'll power walk so you can, you know, see me doing it, and you can learn how to do it yourself. So let's talk about first what is power walking, because that's what the patient asked me last week. So power walking means that you know that running burns twice as many calories as walking. So the idea of power walking is you're going to burn almost as many calories as running. So that's the goal, is to burn more calories. So you're going to walk briskly, more briskly than regular walking. So you're going to walk about 2 miles in 30 minutes, or 4 miles an hour basically. But the minimum amount of time that you want to walk is 30 minutes. The maximum is about 60 minutes. The other thing about power walking is you really want to do it every single day. That's unlike running. Most of my runner patients run 3 times a week, 4 times maybe. You know, I do have 1 or 2 running patients that run every single day, but the problem with running is it has a very high injury rate. The rate of injuring yourself with running, and I just read this today, is 70% in a year injure themselves in some way. So that's a really high injury rate. So that's why runners usually don't run every day. But with power walking, it's the opposite. You really do want to power walk every single day. So it's 30 minutes to 60 minutes every single day, walking briskly. And the other thing is you want to move your hands more than walking. So you're going to move your hands, and I'm going to show you the technique of how to move your hands. And then lastly, power walking might, not in the beginning because you want to start out slowly, but you might add weights, which is wrist weights, ankle weights, and you might wear a weighted vest. And before you start power walking, by the way, talk to your doctor. So if you have, you know, serious heart disease or something, you really have to discuss that with your doctor. So make sure you're healthy enough to go power walking. And if you're new to this or new to exercise, please don't use the weights in the beginning. It's just too much. You'll be dead the next day. Your muscles will be killing you if you start out too quickly with it. So now what are the benefits of power walking? So the benefits are, and these are well proven scientifically because power walking has really been studied very carefully. So the benefits are that you can reduce heart disease. That's well proven. Power walking can do that. It can reduce the risk of diabetes, and it can reduce the risk of cancer, certain cancers. And those are cancers that are associated with high cortisol. You know, and running is a high cortisol activity. You know, you're running out of, the house is on fire and you're running, you know, and your brain doesn't know why you keep running. Power walking is not a high cortisol activity. You know, your brain thinks you're just puttering around, you know, looking for berries, you know, very happy thing. So you're not releasing emergency hormones like cortisol and endorphins. You know, that's why runners are addicted to those hormones, those feel-good, you know, almost aggressive style of hormones. You know, power walking does not do that, but in that sense, power walking is healthy for your heart. Other benefits of power walking are you can lose weight. You can lose as much weight as running. Burns is the same amount of calories. You can become fit, you know, especially if you're using the weights. Your muscles will become stronger. And here's something really interesting about power walking is it's been proven to boost your mood. So it's mood boosting. I would say, you know, I'm making a lot of videos trying to convince everyone to go outside every day. You know, I say it every day to patients, please, you know, go outside. It's really good for your cerebellum. So I can't say exactly why power walking has been proven to lift your mood, but you know, that's a benefit of power walking. Okay, so now now I'm going to show you technique. So let's do that. Okay, so let's talk about the technique of power walking. So one thing is make sure your head is looking straight ahead, so your neck is long, and make sure that you have very good posture. You know, if you find you're slumping over like this as you're walking, you know, try to straighten yourself up. So concentrate on your posture. You can put your hand on your stomach and try to make sure that your core muscles are strong. Hold your abdomen in when you're walking. So, you know, versus this. So you want this kind of posture. And then remember I told you that you're going to be moving your arms. So what you want to do is you want your arms to be moving sort of like a pendulum. You see, like this? My elbow is at 90 degrees and I'm moving it like this. And your opposite leg and arm are going to move together. Okay, so it's going to be like this. Now don't put your hand up too high, you know, just, so basically, like I said, like a pendulum, like your hand is a pendulum. Do you see that? Okay, and also, and don't put your elbows out. Your elbows should be, you know, in line with your body. So don't be doing this chicken wing thing, you know, that I see people doing this, and this is, you know, this doesn't move you forward. This actually works against you, and it's bad for your back to walk. But I see people doing this out in the park, you know, walking like that. Don't do it. Just see, this will make you walk faster. And the trick is to walk faster so that you have more steps per minute, because that's what burns calories, is having more steps, walking briskly and more steps. So that's pretty much it. And I want you to wear walking shoes, not running shoes. And we have a video. It's walking shoes versus running shoes. So you can watch the video. But quickly, the difference is that the walking shoe is a flatter sole and it's more flexible, basically. Where the running shoe is a thicker sole, especially in the back, and it's quite stiff. So don't wear a stiff, you know, high-heeled kind of running shoe to do power walking. The reason why is because when you're power walking, you want to land on your heel. You know, and that's the opposite of running. When you run, you're landing midfoot or even forefoot. So you want to land on your heel, and that's going to be very difficult if you're wearing a running shoe. So I need you to wear a walking shoe. All right, so good shoes, wear your orthotics or your insoles, you know, have good gear. Also, make sure you know your terrain. Walk slowly the first time you go around. You want to know how far it is, because remember I told you to go about 2 miles. So you'll need to measure that. Maybe you can measure that with your car or your Apple Watch, or somehow you have to measure it. And then look for roots and broken sidewalk. You know, look at the terrain, make sure it's safe. And then, you know, make sure you're having fun. And the best way to have fun when you're walking is to bring a friend. You know, you drag somebody along. You meet at the corner at a certain time, you know, in the morning before work, maybe a coworker or something. You know, meet half an hour early before work, and then just go around some loop that's 2 miles. So friends make it more fun, and music makes it more fun too. So if you can have, you know, headphones or earbuds or something, use music. That makes it really fun. Okay, so it's basically the techniques of power walking, and I wanted to talk just really briefly about weights. Now remember what I told you, if you've never power walked and you haven't been exercising, I don't want you to use weights in the beginning. You know, you could hurt yourself, it's too much. and talk to your doctor. Okay, so this is one kind of hand weight, and this is in the Osteoporosis 2.0 video where I have all these weights. So this is one that you could wear. You know, this is like a little glove kind of thing. The other one, there's heavy hands too, but don't put all those weights in the heavy hands. You know, start out with them without the weights. And then you have this kind of thing where you can like hold it like this. This is good. This is 2 pounds, this one. The other one was 1 pound. And you can also hold dumbbells. This is 3 pounds, 2 pounds. You know, you can hold dumbbells too. You know, when you're in the park. That would look cool. And then there's the ankle weights I have on. These are only 1 pound. And these are just set, you just Velcro them on. Or you can also have this kind of ankle weight. Definitely don't use this one in the beginning. Work your way up to this. These are ankle straps where you put these lead pieces inside. And I bought this in Sports Authority. You see, these are heavy metal lead weights, and they go in these pockets. So you can actually make it really quite heavy. So build yourself up slowly to this. And then you can also wear a weighted vest. This is a weighted vest. Now this has reflective stripes on it. So if you're power walking at night, it's a good idea to use some kind of a reflective vest. You know, oh, this is so heavy. This is 12 pounds. It's heavy for me anyways. But you can put on a weighted vest. And the purpose of a weighted vest is you're definitely going to burn more calories with the weight, you know, of the vest. Okay, so now it's time to go outside, and I'm going to walk, you know, so you can see the, you know, the technique of power walking. Okay? All right, let's go. Okay, so now I'm going to power walk and show you. I got my hand weights and I got my wrist weights on. I got my weighted vest on. So remember what I said. You're going to land on your heel. Okay, so you want to land on your heel, and you want to make smaller steps, not big steps like a race walker, you know. So power walking is smaller steps. All right, so let me show you. And I have good posture. I'm holding up my head. I'm looking straight ahead. You see, I'm sucking in my gut. And I'm moving my hands like this. You know, you see, like a pendulum. You know, not too high. Don't do this. And don't do this either. You know, you see how I'm moving in my hands, and look at how I'm landing on my heel. And I'm wearing walking shoes. You see, I don't have running shoes on. So it looks like this. I'm tired. Okay, so I'm very sorry to the runner patients that I'm trying to convince them to power walk. You know, I apologize. I know you love running, but I'm trying to convince you to take up power walking. And then for the non-runner patients who just need to get some exercise, then I really strongly suggest that you take up power walking because of the health benefits, the amount of fitness you can get, and the low chance of injury with power walking. So it's really a very perfect exercise. It's free and it can be really fun. So I hope this video was helpful to you, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more health tips. And thank you for all your support and all the comments that I've received. Thank you very much.